Guys, this is Apostle Ely. Thank you so much. I want to say, first of all, to each and every one of you guys, my channel is for people that are in the church, Christians, and also people that left the church because of their desire to practice the ATRs. Those are African traditional religions. I also want to say to each and every one of you guys, I teach universal laws, not my personal practice, because I want people, no matter where they are, whether they're intermediate, whether they're advanced, whether they're beginners, whether they're lost and trying to be found, I want them to be able to get something from my platform, because there's a lot of people going through certain things and they have a lot of unanswered questions. What's up there, Mama Susan? If this is your first time in my live, my name is Apostle Ely. I'm the pastor and apostle of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated. What's up, Unveiling Ann? What's up, sweetheart? What's up, Latadra? Good morning, darling, to you. To go through these ATRs, go through these initiations, and to help and guide people as much as I can, and being honest and truthful. What's up there, Love? I see you, Taurus. What's up there, Swamp Witch? All right, Aquarius from Louisiana. I'm on the road right now. Our intention is to share knowledge, wisdom, understanding for those that are in certain places in their life and that they need certain answers. And I try to make things very practical, no matter if you're in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo. I want you to understand. What's up, Natasha Foster, my Aquarius from North Carolina? A lot of these journeys, and my journey in particular, somebody that was born the way that I am, and being privy to a lot of the skills of professional spiritualists, but it still doesn't make the journey any more challenging, less challenging, I should say. And I want y'all guys to understand this. I don't try not to get emotional. I want to say hello to my madrina, to my padrino, to my brothers and sisters in Ifan, Voodoo, Santeria, Kumi, my church family, my natural family, my social media family, my TikTok, Instagram, also YouTube, and then definitely you guys on this platform. Let me tell y'all something. If you are going to get into this and you're going to serve in the public, and even if you don't want to serve in the public, you loved ones, and that's all you're gonna do, and you're dealing, and you may think that you don't need certain things. This journey that I have been on with Minister Mario, with his crowning and this whole process, and how you guys came in, and even on last night, how I was being antagonized by somebody coming in my live, and how you guys showed up and showed out. What's up there, my Gemini from South Africa? Let me explain something to you guys, because one thing, I don't want to be the type of spiritualist that just paint one side of the thing. I want y'all to see behind the scenes. You know, I want you to know that Superman got cables. If somebody flying for real, they flying for real. If somebody got help, they got help. And that is important, because there are certain people that are watching me and watching other people in the spiritual journey. They need to have as much realistic idea what they may encounter and what they may be dealing with. If you're going to do Voodoo, Santeria, Lakumi, Congo, Palo, if you're going to be agile. What's up, Karen O'Brien? Great morning. Good morning to you as well. The reason why I get on here to share as much as I do, because I realize that a lot of people don't know. They desire to know, even taking my classes, even being around me. Sometimes it's just not enough, because I didn't learn through social media. I didn't learn from books. I didn't learn from videos. I actually learned from hands-on with people that were professional doing the practices. So my upbringing is very different, but I do realize my experiences and my wisdom that I do have helps a lot of you guys make sense of what you're going through, and that y'all can make better decisions. That is my intention. I'm a Sagittarius. My moon is in Aries. My rising sign Pisces. But let me explain to y'all this. The reason why I say do not get into the ATRs unless you are chosen by the Loas, chosen by the Orishas, chosen by the Akis. I don't have a problem with people being devotees and honoring spirits. But the reason, what's up, Kiara Cloud? The reason why I say this, I, Apostle Samuel Jr., 50 years old, I know today, like I have never known at any time. If it wasn't for God, Ola Damari, the mighty Nzambi, El Shaddai, the Elohim, whatever you call it, the goddess, a lot of the things that I'm going through, I could not have overcome. And let me tell y'all something. My subject is no sacrifice is unrewarded. And I have been telling different people, everybody play a part. The reason why I say you need to be chosen to do this stuff, because when you're going through certain things in certain situations, you got to be able to know that God is in control. Adonai, Yahweh, whatever you want to call him. Because when you're going through things and you can't see your way, there's times that I'm dealing with circumstances and situations that I don't necessarily know. I wonder if they blocked out. Oh yeah, they blocked it off. They done blocked off turnpike. I don't necessarily know when and how Spirit is gonna do it. Okay, I want this to be clear. I don't care how smart you think you are. I don't care how studied you think you are. I don't care how much experience you think you got up under your belt. Being led by the Spirit indicates that you are truly a son or a daughter of the Most High. And that Most High could be a feminine energy or a masculine or both. But my point is that in this journey, you don't know what you're going to have to give up in order to get victory. You don't know what all sacrifice. The Bible says it like this: no man that's given up mother, father, brother, sister, houses, land, time, energy, that God would not give it back in this life. When you're going through your sacrifices, when you are giving, whether it's your time, your asset, your resources, listen to me really, really good. I want to thank each and every one of y'all. I know I'm still in this journey. I got, 16 more days to get crowned. I'm telling y'all, I make $40 an hour plus overtime. I own 2 pieces of property. I have my own church. I have my own business. And it's still not enough. For all of y'all think y'all going to be on this journey and do stuff on your own. You think you're going to fix your situation on your own. I'm going to tell you something today. If you don't hear from another other preacher, pastor, or spiritually, do right by people. Because the good you do to other people will come back to you. The sacrifices you do for other people will come in a time where you may not be able to do for yourself. But because you have done for others when you are in strength, when you are in power, or when you are in position, that thing will come back around and bless you in ways that you could not. When it says eyes have not seen and ears have not heard what God have prepared, let me tell y'all something. I am a seer. Oh, I am a discerner and I am a reader. But there's things going on right now I could not even have imagined that God would be doing in my life right about now. I want some of y'all to stop thinking it's just about knowing how to put a recipe together. It's just not about knowing the book of Psalms or how to do incantations. What's up, Monique 444? Let me tell y'all something. When you think you have come to your wit's end, you have just come to the place, the threshold where you can see what God can do. When I say God, it may be your ancestors pulling through for you because you did right. It may be your Igoons. It may be your reachers. It may be the Loas. It may be the bum on the street. It may be the dope addict daughter that you gave up on, but God sent her to bring you to. Let me tell y'all something. You don't never know. Help you get to the finish line. And let me tell y'all something. I don't always understand some directions God takes me. I don't want nobody to think because you get to a certain place and, oh, I'm advanced or I'm crowned. I'm this. Let me tell you something. Learn this from Apostle Ely. I'm big on not leaning to my own understanding. I don't care how many. I don't care if you win every single battle, every single war you get in. You never put your trust to the point where now you lean into your own understanding. When you allow Goddess to come in your life, remember their thoughts are higher than your thoughts and their ways are higher than your ways. When you put something in the hands of the master, dude, listen to me real good when I say this. Understand at that point, you're not going to understand because they think on a higher level, a higher frequency, a higher vibration. They got resources that you don't even know exist yet. I want y'all to really, when you get your protection, your prosperity, understand it is coming from a place beyond your capability at this point to understand. But the and consistency you need to have, it cannot be just a feeling. It cannot just be you just, oh, I studied. No, baby. This is when you are in relationship. That's why I tell a lot of you guys, all you part-time participators in the ATR, you're not going to be able to overcome certain trials. You're not going to be able to endure certain hardships because you don't have enough time in relationship. And therefore, I know no matter what I'm going through, that God is going to move for me. And no matter what I'm up against, it's more, he's better, he's stronger with me than them against the world. And this is what I'm telling y'all. It is the sacrifices. There are going to be seasons in your life that you may not, that I was telling Mother Susan this, because she always like, Apostle, I don't have the money that I got. Oh, Lord, pull that in my ear. Hold on, y'all. Sorry about that, y'all. I was telling Mother Susan, I said, and she's always worried about because she can't give like other people. I said, Mother Susan, you playing an important part in this whole process. A lot of you guys think everything about money, and money is a part of this, but it's also some of you guys, I feel your energy, the willingness, a willing heart, and God will not despise. I want y'all to know there's a time in your life that it may not be your season. I think I got a misunderstanding. And I say this, guys, because when it comes down to spirituality and functioning in God and getting things done, it is so important for you guys to understand that it is about relationship and knowing that your spirit's got you when you can't see your way. And the sacrifices that you're making, they will not be unrewarded. And not that I know that God's gonna bless me, but it doesn't. When Abraham had to put Isaac on the altar, when you have to become a living sacrifice, even though you know God is going to bless, it don't make that thing even easier. Because sometimes when people talking, or preachers or teachers talking, they make that thing sound so easy. Even knowing that God is going to bring me out don't make this any easier. I just know that the pressure is real. But I'm looking at, I want to tell y'all, some of you guys have poured so much love into me. They have made these obstacles that I've been going through surmountable. And I want you to know, I know that some of you guys have told me, Apostle, you mean so much to me, and I appreciate everything you're doing. And I want y'all to know, if you are going to practice the ATRs, do stuff from your heart. That's why I believe that you got to really be called to this. Because if you're not doing, you got people in nursing fields. They doing it for the money. That's not coming from your heart, not because you're a chose. When you ain't coming from your heart, you're not going to do stuff right. I'm just being honest. When you love what you do and you know you're called to it, you're going to do it to the best of your ability. But when I don't care if it's the bus driver, make sure that you're doing it to the best of your ability. I hope that many of you guys that follow me, that are part of my spiritual journey, that you're not just out here thinking that Apostle Eli out here just twitching his nose and snapping his fingers, but there's sacrifices in my travel, sacrifices in my time, sacrifices in my energy, sacrifices in relationships, things that I have to give up, knowing that one day God is still going to pay me for it, but it doesn't mean that the sacrifice is not real. I want to talk to you guys that come out of your comfort zone to give, to come on this channel, and no matter what time I come on and listen or go back over these videos, just because you know you're going to be rewarded, it does not mean that you did not make that sacrifice. When that woman decided that she was going to give the man of God her cake, the same cake that she had decided that me and my son gonna eat this and die, it still didn't make it no less than a sacrifice. When you waving your hands and you giving God praise through your pain, it don't make it no less than a sacrifice. And Minister Mario going through what he's going through and the crowning and all the things that he's dealing with right now, it doesn't mean that it's not a sacrifice, but it is an honorable sacrifice because it is a heart sacrifice. It is a sacrifice of love. It is a sacrifice of duty. It is a sacrifice of honor. And let me tell y'all something. When you want God to do great things in your life, I'm here to tell you, when you want God to do, he wants what you want. The reason why Hannah, she cried and she begged God for a child because she was barren. And Eli came out of the temple. He said, you keep coming here every day. Woman, what is it that you want? Come on here, somebody. And she told her, I want a son. Matter of fact, he said, woman, whatever it is, may God grant it to you. And God granted her that son. And that son became Samuel and became one of the greatest prophets in that particular story, and then became the school of the prophets. Y'all understand? Your sacrifice, your desire that you place on the altar becomes food and meat and nectar for other people down the road. That's why it's so hard. That's why it's not easy, but it is a worthy sacrifice. I want y'all to understand that everything I'm doing is not easy. And everything some of y'all are doing for me and doing for Minister Mario and doing for my ministry, I want you to know that when God rewards you, then when you're going to know that I'm a man of God. All of you guys that have been encouraging me, going through with me through this process, some of the stuff I cannot tell you, it's behind the scenes, but I'm here to tell you is I don't want nobody to think that anything that you have sacrificed for me, because I know that God is in my life. I was listening to Madam Oshun, and she was telling me, she said, not only, she said, Apostle Ely, it's not that you're just gifted. It's not that you're just talented. She said, I see God in you. She said, I was talking to my mother, and she said, my mother said the same thing. She said, it is God in you. You can see the light. You can see the anointing. You know that it's not just because he know how to do work routes, not because he know how to go to the crossroads. Or just it is that the anointing of God. Let me tell y'all something. I want anybody that be a part of what I'm doing to understand that it is a commitment. It is an understanding before you start out on the journey. I don't want you to get on the journey and then try to figure this out. Your mind need to be made up before you start the journey. Before God ever choose you, he even told Jeremiah, before you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. You need to have your mind made up before you ever start the journey. Okay? I want y'all to understand this so very much. And when you're going through your pains, when you're going through your upsets, you're going through your you can't see your way, you don't understand, okay, yes, I'm here and yes, I want this, but God, why am I dealing? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna say this like this. Everybody plays some type of part, whether they play a long-term part or a short-term part in your process. This is why I share this. These journeys are personal. They are customized to the individual. Know your energy, know your ashe, but above all, know that God will not put more upon you than you can bear. I want y'all to understand. I know going into something, if I'm going through it, it's meant for me. Because if God wanted to remove this thorn from my flesh, he'll do it. But if it's something for me to endure, then I buckle up. Being mature is understanding, okay, if it be thy will, let this cup pass from me. But if you want me to do that, I'm going to suck this up. Because I know that God would not take me through something to make me shame, to cause me to fall. If he put you behind bars, it's for a purpose. If he allow you to go through what you're going through, it's for a reason. Y'all got to understand, every sacrifice is not easy. It's not glamorous. It's not, I dress up to come on social media because I feel like I'm representing an ambassador of God, so I can, but a lot of the work that I do ain't nothing pretty about it. I was crying this morning, not tears of sorrow, but tears of joy, because I was so thankful, because I realized if it was not for God, I couldn't do this. I don't, some of y'all have never physically met me, and y'all are moved. That's God touching y'all heart. That's God moving, because how could I have gotten this far? Look, I make good money, but not type of money that I have been able to do and generate and need to generate to get it done. That's why I'm telling y'all, don't think a book gonna do this for you. Don't think a video or a class or a school gonna do this. God, your ancestors, being obedient. And let me tell y'all something. I was thanking God for my mom getting on me and teaching me to get up and not waiting for the last minute, because certain things could have happened and I would have not been prepared for it. Let me tell y'all something. Have your tools. You can be going through a rainstorm, but you still got your umbrella, you still got your raincoat, and you got your boots. You do not want to be caught out here not having your tools. It doesn't mean you still not going through the storm, but you will weather that storm and not be damaged. I told y'all yesterday, sometimes the enemy cannot stop what God got for you, but then they try to ambush the quality of your life. And God not only saved the life of Minister Mario, but he saved the quality of his life. I want y'all to understand where I'm coming from. You don't just want to get through it. You want to be able to live to tell the story, and to also enjoy being on this side. Not somebody that got to hand feed you, not somebody got to turn around and walk you and all this other stuff. Understand that my journey is a real journey. It is a personal journey. It has a lot to do with doing stuff when I'm supposed to do stuff, following instruction when I'm supposed to be following instruction, and having people that love the practice. When I say love the practice, I'm talking about if you're going to be in Christianity, love the concept of Christianity. If you're going to be a Muslim, love the concept. If you're going to be in Kemet or Egyptology, love it. Voodoo, Santeria, it don't matter. And do that stuff because you are chosen, and love what you do, because that's the ashay you want to bless your life. That's the ashay you want to get counsel from. That's the ashay that you want to be able to learn from, because that is when you're going to get the rewards in the end. Being good, being a faithful servant, even when you don't see your way, even when you don't understand why you're dealing what you're dealing with. And when people try to throw up roadblocks, and when we used to sing it in church, God make a way out of no way, that's a real thing, y'all. I want y'all to know that God has been touching people around the world. And people, everybody that has been given ain't rich. They just sacrifice it because they feel chosen, they feel called to help in this hour. And I'm telling you, that's why it's important to be chosen. Because when you don't know who, God knows who. When you don't know which way, God knows which way. And that's why this kind of work that I do and what I teach, that's why I teach it like this. Because some of y'all, you got a library of books, but it's not going to help you when it comes to making the right decision. For not only for your life, but for other people's life. Because it is God that knows the hairs upon people's head. It is God that has all of our best interests. I don't care how much people say, oh, Pastor, I love you, you care. I don't love you better than your God. I don't love you better than your ancestors. I can love you for how God allows me to love you. But my thing is, that's why I will forever teach taking care of your ancestors. I will forever teach you about why it's important to be obedient rather than the sacrifice. Because you can have all the tools, you can have all the knowledge, you can have all the resources, you can have all the connections and not be obedient and still lose. When y'all hear me say I hate to lose, a part of that hating to lose is because I want to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. And let me tell y'all something. Knowing when to get out the way is a sacrifice. Knowing when it's not your hand that gonna bring this home. Knowing how to go from being the one got your hand on the plow, from going from that to being the cheerleader. You got to be willing to make sacrifices of ego when it is necessary. Huh? When it's no longer for you to lead the pack. When it's time for you to fall back. That's a sacrifice of ego. Because some of y'all could win certain things and be victorious, but you won't sacrifice your ego. You will sacrifice your body, your time, your money, your reason, but your ego, you won't put it on the altar. And sometimes, in order to get your healing, that's where it got to be on the altar. There's times I just got to say, I don't know, Lord. Lord, I don't understand this, but I trust you. There's been in many situations that God has brought me through when I done been in that position with Job. Though you slay me, yet will I trust you. Baby, them more than just words. Those are more than just words. It is relationship. I want y'all to really, really get that. I came on here. I want to say thank you to my church family, Monique, Natasha, Unveiling Ann, Mama Susan, all of you guys, Gemini, I like from smallest to greatest. I don't want no, and this is a real thing, because if you think that you're gonna be able to do this journey by yourself, and if you think that you're gonna reach certain height and treating people in a kind of way, and if you think that just because you know how to do root work that you're gonna be able to omit God, or God is out of your life, you are sadly mistaken, sir, and you are sadly mistaken, ma'am. This is an era of time, we're in the age of Aquarius, that you have to think for yourself and make a decision for yourself. And it needs to be a well made up mind. As Paul said, fully persuaded. I don't care what you practice. And you might not be fully healed, but thank God for feeling better. Huh? Show appreciation for what he's already done, what she's already done. Huh? Madam Ashuma came to me and she was talking, and she don't know how much of a bigger impact that was on me, because let me tell y'all something. Some of y'all text me, some of y'all do different things, and it refuels me, because I give out a lot of energy, I give out a lot of shit, and I do a lot of things physically. Some of y'all don't realize I be out here doing, and I be tired. And let me tell you, there's certain times you have to sacrifice your tiredness. Sometimes you have to sacrifice your tiredness. I can be tired and still got to push. I can look at the bank account and still got to push. I can look at the gas, the food. Mother Sue said, Apostle, you got to eat. You got to do that. So I do certain other things. Sometimes I'm not a big eater, but I take certain nutrients to keep my body strong. Sometimes I have to sacrifice just to eat. Some people just eat. I have to sacrifice because sometimes I don't feel like eating, but I eat anyway, because I know I need the energy. I know my body needs what it needs. I want y'all to know that I love the Lord. I love God. I love the ancestors. I love what I do. And I love what he allowed me to be a guiding light to many of you guys. And I hope that you take what I say today, that you take your learning seriously. You take your correction seriously. Thank God that somebody's correcting you. Thank God somebody's giving you good information. And thank God for the people that did you wrong. Thank God for the people that lied on you. Thank God, because they made room for the people that God wanted in your life. That is a real thing. Everybody that you think has done you wrong really opened the door for you to get the people and appreciate the people you did that do right by you. Just because you want to do right man or do right woman, if you have not suffered the other duality of that, then how do you truly appreciate a good shepherd? How do you really appreciate a good tata? How do you really appreciate a good godchild or goddaughter or godson? Because you need all of this. It takes every kind of person to make this thing go around. It makes so much sense now. And let me tell y'all something. When it is your due season, you will reap your reward. Not the pie in the sky. God will give you your heaven on earth. But you got to go through that sacrifice. You got to be willing. And let me tell you something. Don't do it out of necessity. Don't do it to have something to say that, oh, I helped, I did it. No, do stuff because God touched you. Why I'm so moved by what y'all doing, because I know it's coming from the heart. It ain't coming because, oh, I want something from him. It's coming from your heart, and it means a lot to Apostle Samuel E. Jr. It does. And it's showing other people of other faith that it's not just doing conjure work. It's not just praying. It's not just working the ancestors. I'm thinking about my cousin Darius, willing to come down here. I got to call him because he don't know that I'm actually headed to Miami. I thought he was coming down Friday. But anyway, but the willing sacrifices that people are willing to make to help me carry this cross. I don't want to undermine, and I was telling Mother, I don't want to take no glory from God. I know God is using me, but I'm telling y'all, if it wasn't for the Lord, I couldn't have made it. With all that I got, all that I've been shown, let me tell y'all, there are certain waves out here in this thing called life. It's only God. Moses could not have parted that Red Sea. Elijah could not have caused those miracles to take place. It's God. That's how you know when it's more than just a gift, more than just a talent. That's when you know it's Isaiah 10:27, because of the anointing. That's a real thing. Build a relationship with the divine, masculine or feminine or both. But make sure that you are doing stuff for the right reason, that you're out here being about. I don't care. I don't want you to be the cross guard if that's not what God has called you. Don't waste nobody's time. Get in where God has chosen you to be, and that's when you will excel, and you will be able to help people the most. I help people through what I'm doing because I was truly chosen to do what I'm doing. I couldn't even write you a book and tell you how to do, because if you are not chosen to do it, I don't have enough for you. You got to be truly called to this stuff. And everybody play a part. Everybody ain't for the front seat. Everybody ain't for the middle seat. But as long as you on the plane, on the bus, that's all that. David said it like this: if I could just be a doorkeeper in the kingdom. Huh? That's what I'm here to share with y'all today. No sacrifice goes unrewarded. And if you do it, and if you make that sacrifice, make sure you're doing it with the right energy. And I want to say, I know that many of you guys that have sent, I'm just overwhelmed because it's God. It's God in your life. It's the divine spark. I'm appreciative. I am thankful. I am in awe. And I'm in love. I'm in love more with God now than I have ever been. And his people, I've been doing these sacrifices and putting myself out here so long, and now it's coming back, and it's coming back on time. It's coming in a time where I need it the most. And I want to say to each and every one of you guys that just push aside what you had going on, whether you had a despair, whether you didn't have a despair, thank you. And when I get crowned, y'all know I'm going to utilize whatever God gives me to God's glory and for the edification of those that God bring into my life. And I am so thankful to each and every one of you guys. I need to go because I got to call Darius and make sure he don't make a blank trip and waste the gas, so he'll know where I'm at. But I came on here to say that no sacrifice. If you are truly making that sacrifice from the right place and the right spot, there's no way your divine mother, your divine father is going to not reward you. It doesn't happen. And I am 50 years old, and no matter what I have given and done, it has not went unrewarded. And I say that to you. What's up, Sister Brookout? I say it unto you. There's nothing that you do for people, places, or things being led by God. They pay their bills. They pay their bill. He will not forget your labor of love. I say this over and over again. Good evening, my boy. God, to all of you that are going to watch this and you don't have it to give, but your heart, may I deal with that heart, that balance on that heart. Let me tell y'all something. A secret to magic is also the condition of your heart. I'm telling y'all, Y'all want to learn real magic? Your heart got to be in the right place. It does. And your thinking, how you think about God and people and places, and you're not doing stuff for all this so crazy reason. And when you do something from somebody, don't do it with strings attached. Learn that from Apostle Eve. If you're going to do something for somebody, do it because God told you to do it, but do it with a certain type of emotion, and that's cheerfulness. Glad to do it. I'm glad to be, I could be a blessing. And be a blessing however God wants, whether it's from an email, a text, a resource, it don't matter. Just do your part. What's up there? I'm going to tell you something. Madam Oshun, you had told me something a while back. I didn't say yay or nay, but I knew you were telling me the truth. But she told me, she said, Apostle Ely, she called me friend most of the time. She said, friend, she said, God told me to help you. There were other huge, big content creators on social media. Y'all hear me real well. And this woman of God, not just a spiritualist, a woman of God, I need y'all to clarify. Don't know why she helping this young man, but because she listening to God. Have been such an instrumental part in even this stuff that's going on. You don't know where God people are. You don't know who God gonna speak to. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all, make sure you doing it because God is putting you in it. Because when there are certain times, you don't know who God gonna use to set you free. You don't know who God's gonna open the door. She told me, she said, friend, she said, you need this money. She said, but you gonna get this money before even the time that they told you. That was, and God had been, let me tell y'all something. I'm like, I don't want to get, because I'm not a crying person. But it's just hard when your heart is overwhelmed with all of the love and the gratitude and stuff. Play your part, because you never know when God finna use you for somebody, and only God and them know what they're going through. You don't have to always know what somebody going through, because that ain't our job to get out here and spill the tea all the time. Sometimes keeping your mouth quiet and let God speak and let God move. And when God moves, it all makes sense. And I want to say publicly, you did not have to do it, but you did. God, I am so thankful. I'm glad I listened to God, even when I didn't understand. And these trials that I've been going through have been so hard. And they've been one thing after the next, after the next. My smarts have not been enough. My skills, my gift. But God has been showing up and showing out in ways that I have been dumbfounding me. Make sure God has chosen you to do this. Do not get out here just doing stuff for money, for fame or acknowledgement. Because if it wasn't for God, those ways would have took me down. I have a lot of responsibility, y'all. And I say I got 2 houses. I have 4 bedrooms. The money that takes to run my church and all that, I have been sacrificing, and God has been coming through. And young people, people that don't even have the kind of money, they've been sacrificing, and they've been touching. I'm thankful. I am truly outdone by God. He doing exceedingly, abundantly above I can ask or think. And I want to say thank you so much to those, even those onlookers that didn't think I was going to make it and thought Minister Mario was going to make it. Thank you. You did what you did from your heart, and I say thank you. And he says thank you. It is, words cannot express my gratitude to God, the ancestors, and to y'all that have never. Madam Oshun has so much other stuff to go on, and she took our time. She gave her a reading. I want to thank Shadow Woods for leading us to Padrino Michael, and it just, I couldn't have done it. I don't even know these people. I have never met these people. I haven't even known some of these people a month, and they're doing stuff. And I want to thank my children, because I haven't even spent time with my kids. I haven't, my mom, my sisters, I just been going. And it's sacrifices that come along with this, and people don't understand. It's not money. Money can't do this. It's everybody. My children talking to me, encouraging me, because mentally sometimes it's a lot. And you guys have been all over, not just on social media, just people that y'all don't even know, just been making me stronger to get through this. I know God gonna make a way, but I don't want my journey. When the Clark sister said, "Is my living in vain?" Of course not. To my cousin Spicy, what she doing, and Mama Susan, Brother Johnny, and I just don't want to get this on a name calling, because there's so many people that God's hand is just moving, and behind the scenes is making stuff happen. I know I'm at, to the forefront, but it's not just me. It's so many other people that are making this happen and doing it in such an awesome way. And I want to say thank you. I need to get off. I want to say thank you again to each and every one of you guys. No sacrifice, whatever it may be, it's unrewarded. All right. God bless you, and thank you for your time, your likes, your shares, your consideration. It is a journey. I have no regrets. These are not tears of sadness. They are of joy. I'm overwhelmed, because I could not even imagine how this was gonna work. And God is doing it. And He said, "My ways are not your ways; they're higher. My thoughts are higher than your thoughts." It's a real thing. It's a real thing. All right. Much love and time. Appreciate you. God bless.